So cheap petrol versus premium petrol, which one is better? So the regular gas, that's what most people will call it. The regular petrol versus the premium petrol, which one is better? You will find this confusing, especially if you've just moved into the UK from most countries. You will find this very, very confusing. Like where we come from, when we moved into the UK a couple of years ago, it was very confusing for most of us. And also, if you've just got your car, you've just passed your driving test, and you've just bought your first car in the UK here. Once you drive into a fuel station to fill up your car, you might find this confusing. I don't want to put will because most people will actually do their research. Most people will watch videos like this, get an answer before they buy their first car. So that's why I say you might find this confusing. And it's very, very important also because for most insurance policies, if you've bought your car, you're trying to get it insured, if you take your time, which is what I normally do, go through insurance policy documents and all that, it's written there that if for any reason you fill up your car with a different gas that's not made for that car, let me break it down. So if your car is a petrol car and then you fill it up by mistake, it happens with a couple of people. I've seen it happen to a couple of people, my friends and all that. You've just driven to a fuel station and then you fill up your car with diesel instead of petrol, either by mistake, by omission, or like just by mistake and all that. And the car knocks, it doesn't drive out, like you can't drive it anymore. The insurance doesn't cover for it. Even though it's a comprehensive insurance, they wouldn't cover for it. So it's always very important you have this in mind. So if you're going to fill up your car, that's why you actually need to be very careful about it. You're going to fill up your car, and then you make the mistake of filling up your car with gas, like with diesel instead of fuel, instead of petrol and all that, and then it knocks. Your insurance is not going to cover for it. So you need to check your policy documents to see if this applies to you. But mine, it does. So that's why I'm actually doing a video on this topic. It's very, very important you know. And then also, like I said, if you're coming from countries like Nigeria, where once you like, if you've just got your new car, it's a new experience for you. You just drive into a fuel station, a petrol station. You would always see a fuel attendant there. You already know because at least 60 to 70% of cars in Nigeria are petrol cars. So you already know where to queue in, how to fill up your thing. You already have like a fuel attendant there. You tell them how much fuel you want to buy, and then they just fill up your tank for you, and then you drive out. But here is, like I said, is a different experience. Like you once you've gotten your car, you drive into a fuel station, you wouldn't find any fuel attendant. So it's a self-service for you. So you either pay with your card or with your cash, and then you'd always see it on the machine there. It tells you regular petrol or premium petrol. And then you also see there that regular petrol is going to tell you there that it's suitable for most cars, and they would advise you check your car manual to know if this is suitable for you. Which I would always advise is very important. You actually do due diligence on it and actually know if regular gas is actually good for you. And then you will see the next one, which is premium petrol. It tells you then 99% octane, RON, which is a research octane number. So it tells you that 99% good for cars. Like it just tells you which is actually better for cars and all that. So you, like I said, you see the two of them is quite different. You see the normal one, regular one, which is very cheap. Regular petrol, it's always very cheaper than the premium one. That's the difference in the cost. So the premium one is actually more expensive than this one. Like I said, in most fuel stations like Tesco, it's going to be written there that before you buy the regular one, you should check if this is actually good for your car. While the premium one, they tell you that it cleans your engine, super premium and all that, very good and all that for your engine and all that. So they do it sometimes in most fuel stations. They do write this in front of the machines, and just so you're very careful about it. Now, like I said, in terms of cost, the regular one is always very is the cheap gas, cheap petrol is always very it's cheaper. That's why it's regular. So it's always very cheap. I think it might be £1 or £1 point 50. The difference might just be around £1 or £1 50 or £2, depending on the fuel station you go to. While the premium one is actually always expensive than this one. That's the difference. Now, when we want to talk about which one you should go for, I'm going to say this from my own personal experiences because it's one of the I feel is one of the reasons why we lost our first car. It's a Vauxhall Antara. It's a diesel car. It's one of the reasons why we lost it. So when we got that car, I started with premium. Like I said, I'm just going to walk you through it. I started with premium diesel. It's a diesel car, and in most fuel stations too, it's also divided. You'll also see regular diesel and then premium diesel. Note that it's different from petrol. So when we started newly, when I got that car newly excited, it's my new car, and all that, I started with the premium diesel. It was expensive for me, but I was still using it, and it was working well. The car, the sound of the car, the engine was like, just felt like, yeah, everything was just moving on so well and all that. Until I noticed that car was always consuming a lot more diesel. And actually, the reason why it was basically because the engine, it's a big size. Like the engine is size is actually big. It's a 2.0 engine size, and it's actually good for long distance journeys. I think I've explained this in my previous videos why, if you want to consider a diesel car, this reason why you should or why you should not buy a diesel car. I did explain in that video that if you're doing short trips, short distance journeys and all that, do not consider buying a diesel car. It's not good for you. But if you're constantly, like if you're constantly traveling, if you're living in Leeds and then you're working in places like Hull, like say 50 to 30 kilometers and all that, yeah, you could get a diesel car. It's actually a lot more economical to get a diesel car if you're constantly doing long distance journey, and then it keeps the car alive, it keeps the car active. So with diesel, because we were just doing school runs, driving to work and all that, it wasn't really good. I was spending at least £30, 20 to £30 each week to do a top up on that car. So when I discovered that it was very expensive for me, I just decided, so why don't you do regular gas? Like, why? Because I didn't know the difference. I didn't know that premium gas is actually very good for the car. It protects the car, it's from knocking and all that. It protects your engine. Like I said, you will see most of these things in front of you will see most of these things in front of the machine. When you drive into the fuel station, there it tells you the difference. So this one protects your car, cleanses the premium gas protects your car engine, cleanses your nozzle. It will clean your nozzle. You don't need like a petrol cleaner like you might need if you're constantly using a regular gas and all that. So it's very good for super fast turbo engines. It makes sure it ensures that the engine is working with like it's reliable and all that. It's actually very good. Ensure that the engine is not dirty from carbon and all that, that the regular gas will give your engine. So it's something I didn't know. I didn't know the difference. I didn't do my research to know that premium gas is actually a lot more better. No matter the price, yeah, it's very expensive, but it will prolong the life of your engine. It will definitely prolong it. So I was constantly doing the regular gas after I discovered that I was spending more money on diesel and all that. So in the long run, it did destroy, like it messed up my car engine. I started hearing knocking sounds. When I took it to different mechanics and all that, they told me that I should try to get a nozzle cleaner, pour it like fill up your tank, half tank, and then buy a petrol cleaner, pour it like a diesel cleaner and all that, pour it into your tank, and then it should wash the engine and also the nozzle, which I did, but it didn't work because by that time it had already messed up the engine. So it's very important you know this, just so I know you're trying to save money. I know you want to go for the one that's cheaper, but you should know that premium gas is actually a lot more better. It's more expensive, but it's better. It prolongs the life of your engine. It cleanses your engine. It ensures that you, like I said, you will see it there. It tells you that this will like ensure that your engine is super efficient, is far more economical, which is actually true. You might think you're saving money on the regular gas, but no, you're not. You're actually losing money. Like if you're not careful or if you're not very observant. So with the premium one, you're actually saving money. It's far more economical. It's better for your car engine. It cleanses your car, ensures your nozzles and everything are working very well on the car engine. Ensures that your car doesn't knock, which is what I like. I think I did post the video of the sound of my engine later when after I'd used regular gas for a longer period of time. The sound changed, knocking sound and all that. And then I took it to the mechanic. They told me pour this in, which I did. It didn't work. The engine was gone. I took it to another mechanic. They changed the oil. They did basically everything. It didn't work. So that's how we lost that car. Because technically, like I said, I was using regular gas because I thought it was more cheaper for me because, like I said, that diesel car was constantly making me spend close to £150 a month on fuel. Other than this CHR that we do have now, that it's a lot more cheaper. Like with my CHR, I do less than £40 a month, even though it's for school runs, for work and all that. I do. It's a hybrid car, so it's actually a lot more economical for me. So, like I said, it's very important you know this. If you've just moved into the UK newly from most African countries and all that, it is very important you know this because it's a different ball game. Like I said, it's you walk into a fuel station in Nigeria, you already know it's fuel, and nobody tells you that in fact you don't even know the difference between fuels and like this fuel and this fuel. It's just one fuel. That's what they sell in Nigeria. You just top it up and then you move out. But here it's quite different. And for most cars, the regular fuel might be good. That's why they say check your manual. For most cars, it might be good, but I would always advise you do premium fuel. In the long run, it's far more economical and far more better than the premium one, than the regular one. It's very, very important you know this. It will save your engine life. It's going to prolong your engine life. It's going to ensure that it protects your car from jacking, which is also another problem that I did have later. I started seeing black smokes come out from the exhaust, and then the car started jacking, which is very, very important. Like I said, it blocked the nozzle and all that. That's what regular gas did for me. It blocked the nozzles and then started jacking. And then even though I felt I was saving money, I was still spending more money. I was still going to spend money to try and fix that car. So I know I've gone back and forth on this. I'm just trying to ensure that you don't make the same mistakes that I made when we got into the UK nearly a couple of years ago, when we just, or if you've just passed your test and you're thinking of which gas or which petrol to buy, you've just got your new car and all that. It's very important you know this. And also do not make that mistake of going to top up. You let me just rephrase. If you're going to fill up your tank, ensure you concentrate. Know that this car is a fuel car, it's a petrol car. I'm filling it up with petrol just so you don't mix it up. Because most fuel stations, you will get there, you see they've got four pumps and then they've written petrol, gas. And for most filling stations, most Tesco filling stations, you see petrol, gas. Just so you don't make that mistake of filling up your car with gas, with diesel instead of petrol. If you will lose that car, and at the end of the day, your insurance will not cover for it. So it's very important you know all this and understand how it works. I hope this video teaches you. If you have questions and all that, let us know. We'll always be here to answer them for you. Also note that we don't make these videos as car experts and all that. We'll just talk about cars on experience. Because I actually did explain in my other videos that with experience, you talk about things like this. It's very, very important so that people will learn from you, understand, and not make the same mistakes that you made when you were choosing either buying a new car or for car maintenance. I will see you on the next video.